Today we are going to learn about the new system ROA in the Runway Occupancy Awareness technology. So this system used to come across the aviation technologies, and it can bring our knowledge related to the how to save our runway when it is active. To avoid the accidents or incidents, there is some measurements to use the sensors, some systems to be track what's happening in the runway and the ground system controllers and the MRO units. So this is a topic today we are going to learn about it. Okay, so the first slide we are talking about what is ROA. In general, ROA system, it's used to monitor, detect and alert in the presence of some incident, some aircraft and ground vehicles on the runways. Majorly this system going to safe secure in the runway. Okay, so the main goal to prevent runway incidents when runway is active. So why this system is most important? Airport is in general, airport is so busy. There is lot of vehicles and the ground movement stops and uh, MRO, MRO activities. It's all going to happen in the busiest runway. In many times we face many issues in these runways without this safety perspective, and there is a lot of miscommunications can be happen. So yeah, movement of the miscommunication or the loss of visibility can lead the serious accident in the runway. So the system can detect these situations to identify these situations and in the real time and alert to the air traffic controllers and the pilots both manner, so that we can in this occurrence prevent this occurrence in the safety manner. How ROI system works? This system uses combination of sensors and tracking technologies, both cases, especially the surveillance tools in the runway. So where we are using the radar system and automatic dependent surveillance broadcast and cameras, infrared or thermal cameras, which can be used for the low visibility areas as well, and ground based sensors. What are the major comments uh, and the components for this system is occupancy sensors, real time data processing units, and interfacing to the air traffic controllers for the monitoring purpose. So in this case we have three stages. One is the field stages, second stage is controller stage, third stage is the monitoring stage. So the third stage we will call them, that's a field device installation. In between the mid range, mid level, it's called like controllers, where we can use the modules controllers. The third stage to the integration stage with the workstations and the monitoring purpose. Okay, so next slide, it talks about the radar system. What is radar system? It's abbreviated radio detection and ranging, which can emit the radio waves. In general, radar can be used for to know the objects. So usually they are sending the radio waves towards the object. So by the bounce back or return the waves, distance can be measured by the round trip. So the radar continuously scan the, here the users, this radar continuously scan the runways and the taxiways to detect the movement of the vehicles or the in the poor visibility conditions, any other obstacles in the runway or taxiway. This is the major purpose we are using here. Then automatic dependent surveillance broadcast. Here ADSB ADSB is the satellite based surveillance technology where the aircraft its location identification. So in general how it works is this system inbuilt with the aircraft. So it the this technology, this broadcast technology, it can positioning the aircraft positioning, altitude, everything it be communicate to the ground stations. Through the ground station, they can now position the aircraft and uses in ROA. The ground control receives the real-time location of the data, real-time location of the aircraft, which means aircraft, and enabling to track the runway and its surroundings. Okay, so third system we are going to see about the thermal or infrared cameras. As I told earlier, cameras that detect the emitted by the objects and how it works. These cameras create image based temperature differences showing the warm objects like aircraft engine or vehicle movement against the object backgrounds, and uses in ROA system useful in the low light or high visibility and the night conditions as well. Thermal cameras helped it spot the aircraft or vehicles or nearby or in the runway, it can monitor it. Then ground based sensors. So these sensors are installed on or around the runway systems or the runway or taxiway to detect the movement. Basically, these types can include the presence sensor, proximities and detectors, and the motion sensor embedded in the pavement on mounted nearby. So usually this can be captured. This uses in these sensors detect the presence of the aircraft wheels or the vehicle's tires, wheels or tires on the runway. It's a presence. So once it's detect it, it can communicate through control to the controller to the pilot. So key features we could able to say the real-time monitoring, that's one thing, and automated alerts through the controllers. Then decision support, it can help controllers make quick and accurate decisions to prevent the runway and aircraft safetiness. Then finally data logging, so here all the events can be recorded. What are the benefits for this system? So we could say runway collisions and accidents to prevent it, and it can improve the airport operation efficiency, and it can enhance pilot and controller awareness. Again, it can reduce the delay and disruptions. And where ROA systems are used, so major international airports, military airbase, airports with high traffic volume and limited visibility conditions. Okay, here and some of the points I want to add it here. So here to position the aircraft, usually they are having one more system. It's called multilateration. It says it can be antennas can be installed in the remote areas in the particular zone or a region. So while the aircraft is entering the drone, it can measure the altitude of the aircraft, and it is sending the signals to the ground staff. So from that moment, they could identify the spatial data of the aircraft. It could be recorded or it could be receiving the messages through the controllers, and it can be monitored by the aircraft controllers, right? And about these technologies, again I could able to say there is one more system called remote debris monitoring system, RDMS. This system also, it's a very useful to find the debris, not the detected metals like what we seen before. This RDMS system especially for the debris identification in the runway. So these also safety features and the technology is coming up, and it can be in worldwide they are using, many of the airports it's using this type of technologies. Okay, so guys, we will see the next topic with the good technical stuffs. Anyhow, thank you so much. Bye bye.